Hello everyone, this is Kimmy Kim and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to make a collage masterboard. I know that's been very popular lately and I've done it before, but more in the sense of like the Franken papers with the stitching and that. I haven't done it with just, the collage without doing the sewing. So I thought I would give that a try. And I've been following Tatty Treasures. Tanya at Tatty Treasures is wonderful, and I'm just so in love with everything she does. She is pretty much all botanical, and you know how I love my botanicals, so she inspires me a great deal. And Shabby Dabby Doodah, her YouTube channel, she's been making masterboards for quite some time as well. So I'm going to go just today and show you and go over how I would make a masterboard. Now I have two that I've already made that I thought I would show you. Here is one. This was a great fun. This was the first one that I made. And I did this along with Tanya with Tatty Treasures. So followed her. And then I made this one, which I thought was a lot of fun as well. And you'll notice that I have these pieces here. And they're actually, if you look, they are just little coffee, unbleached coffee filters that I ironed. So I use those, and I'll show you some of the materials that I use along the way. So I will get started with that. This one I think is my favorite, and I think it has a lot to do with the botanicals poking through. And I think I can show you whose digital that is from. I'll go over that with you as well. Now today, most of the things that we will use for digitals is going to be from Pink Monarch Prints. Honestly, I think I own everything in her shop. And just so you have it here, it's Pink Monarch Prints. See, of course it's overcast today, so the lighting is going to not be in my favor again. Some of the materials, I'm going to use the filters. I have an old, uh, looks like a legal page here. And this was given to me by, oh gosh, no, I can't remember. I ordered this from someone, and I'm not sure the language on it, but it is a very old piece of paper, ledger paper. That's the word I was trying to come up with. Here's just some lined papers that are layered and some print in the back. Not sure if I'm going to use those. I have some old music pages that I got from Tammy at My World in OKC. So what I did on everything to prepare is I used my tear ruler, and I'll show you how that works. And I can't actually link this because I bought it somewhere. I think it was in Amazon UK. I think they have the ruler. They don't have it here in the States. I've never seen it available. But yeah, you can try Amazon and see, look up tear rulers, and you should see a few different ones. There's some that are plastic that work really well. I haven't tried this other side. It looks a little difficult to tear, honestly. I just use this right side. So there might be a few pages I can show you how I tear. These are just some old pages out of an old resource book. This might be a challenge for me today with my hand. And these are all from Pink Monarch Prints. This here I really loved. Well, I love everything she has. Got some of that. Some old pages. Another one. This one's going to be a little different, this masterboard, because I'm going to put in a little more color. It's usually, well, from what I've researched so far, the first layer is very neutral. So that's what I'm going to stick with today. So that should be plenty for us to use today. So I'm going to keep this on the side, pink monarch print, so you can see that. And she has not asked me to do this. This is just because I absolutely love everything that Pink Monarch Prints has. I really, and without exaggeration, I think I do own everything. And she gives a lot of coupons. If you get on her mailing list, she sends a lot of things like that. She's just wonderful. So I'm going to get started on the first layer. But first, what do I use for the backing of the masterboard? I just use these file folders from the Dollar Tree. These are legal size file folders. Now you can just use regular size file folders because I am going to have to cut this down quite a bit because it doesn't fit in my cutter. Excuse the camera bouncing everywhere. I'll show you what I mean. So there's 6 file folders, legal size file folders in this set. And why I'm not using a regular file folder, because I didn't want to waste them, to be perfectly honest, because I use them for so many other things. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to cut this off, but because it doesn't fit in my cutter, or any of my cutters actually, I'm going to have to cut it down. So I'm going to cut it down just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to have to do it this way. Let's see if this is enough. Let's see if that works. It'll work enough. No, it's not going to work enough. I got to cut a little more. So actually, I like the feel of these particular file folders. And they're not super heavy. So I think too that's why I like them. So yeah, any Dollar Tree that sells, you know, their Jot brand. Sometimes you can get lucky and find the legal size. So that's how I did that, and it looks like it may not have cut all the way down, so I'm going to go back over that. There we go. So that's the backing of my masterboard. We'll put that aside. And I'm just going to fold. Let's move that over just a little bit. And here we go. Let's see. I think first in the corners, let's see, what do we want to do in the corners? I think I'm going to use some text. And now I do use this glue stick is the only glue stick I've been able to get to actually stick down permanently. It's the Scotch Create permanent glue stick. They have some other glue sticks, but it's not a permanent glue stick. And then I'm just going to use an old book that I've already, you know, torn up and everything as like a glue book. So let's see. What do I want to start with? I'm going to use, and also I'm using pretty big pieces because this is a big board. So just cutting that so it's going to look like that, and then I'm going to use the other side that I tore to use for this corner here. But for now we're going to concentrate on the top. And now this is very fragile paper, so it's going to be tricky doing the glue here. I may have to take my brace off because I'm not sure how this is going to work. So I just have to be pretty careful that I don't tear this. So I hope everyone's doing okay. It is still, I am in New York. I relocated to New York, about 7 8 years ago, I guess. Lived in Houston all my life. So I kind of consider myself a Houstonian. More so than a New Yorker. And I am not used to the spring being cold weather. It is 42 degrees outside, and it's supposed to be spring. So, yeah. But you know, to be perfectly honest, it is so hot in Texas that I am enjoying the cooler weather. I love to wear sweaters. I love sweater weather. So, I'm enjoying it. Okay, let's see. I did good. I didn't tear that one. Now the other pages that I did, that I showed you, that I finished, I did tear it, but I was able to place them together, or piece them together rather. And you couldn't even tell. Yeah, this is, might tear. And I probably have to get a different glue page because it's sticking everywhere. Okay, so we're going to place this in this corner here. And it doesn't matter if you overlap because we're going to trim at the end when we're done. So there. And really the only method I have in this, I'm just going to wing it. I have no I have no method. Let's get the fuzzy out of the way. And sometimes you get pieces that aren't going to take with the glue stick. Now let me find my little bitty glue. If I can find where I put it. We may have to do that at the end. It's just the pieces that stick up you're going to want to use, like an art glitter glue or some other kind of wet glue. And get the edges. Let's see if I can get in frame. I don't know if it's, yeah, it's coming out. And this is why I'm using this mat, because I can get it wet and wipe it right off, even though it's glue. So, got glue all over my fingers. This piece is so big, it's really hard to keep in frame. I'll try to get this better for you. Now, let's see, what should we try? I think I'm going to do some music. And I think I'll do music here. And since I can see that it's going to overlap a little bit, I'm going to use this here. This tear ruler works fantastic. I love it. Yeah, I'm going to do this. So yeah, I mean, basically, I'm just winging it. Going with the flow. If I get off not in frame, it's just me gluing this because it bounces the camera terribly. So, let's see here. Just going to overlap that a little bit. Try to get it straight. Now I'm sure you could put, you know, do things at angles, however you want to do it. Just, you know, slap some on here. I think I'm going to put some over here and maybe some up here. I think I want this long piece here. So let's see here. Now y'all know I don't do many Craft with Me's. But this is just so much fun. I really enjoy these masterboards. And there's no wrong or right way of doing it. Just, you know, do your own thing. Use what you have. Like all these prints that I have, they were already printed. The Pink Monarch print pages. I already had them printed out, so that's why I'm using those. Like for my little digital paper stash. Let's see. What else? Do we want another piece? Maybe wait. I'll wait for that. So we'll set those aside. We use those. And let's see, since I already used that music, I'm going to put this music up. What do we have here? I think I want to use this page that has a little bit of botanical and put it down in this corner here. So let's see how I'm going to tear this. This page is really thick paper, so yeah, you're going to bounce all over the place. This, I don't want it to be quite so big. But I'm going to put it in this corner here. Now you'll see later, like I do distress. I use the distress ink, and I'll show you how I do that. And in fact, I got the good idea from Tanya at Teddy Treasures. Her method was so much easier because I was distressing each piece individually, and she has this great method of doing it once everything's laid down. So I got that inspiration from her. Nice little tip. Might have to take my brace off. This is quite difficult. I was being a little more ambitious, I think. Thinking that I could do this without removing it. So if you let me pause for just a sec, I'm going to remove this. I should be okay for just this short time. Okay, now the other piece, because I like to have it balanced in some way, I think I'm going to put the other piece over here, like so. Maybe make a bigger piece. Yeah, I think I'm going to make this like this, so that it covers up some of this here. Yeah, right about there. I think I'm going to get some kind of tripod or something. What I use, it just kind of screws on the table, or clamps on the table rather. So I'm just gluing, y'all. I know it's not in frame. I'm just, I'm using the glue stick and just gluing the piece. So let's see how I want to place this. I think right there is good. See, this glue stick works fantastic. And I'm not a fan of glue sticks. This other piece, I have 2 more pieces of this. I think that's too squared there. Maybe, I don't know, we're going to wait. I'm going to set that aside. I'm not feeling it. I think I will use this page. And maybe prepare some. I think I'm going to use this. Oh, I got a little piece of white up here that I missed the first time. So I'm going to put this up here at an angle. Again, the glue stick. So how many of y'all have done made a master board? You'll have to leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know your method if you have a better method of doing this. A different back board, I guess. Like I use the file folder. Like what do you use? I was thinking of using just some old, what do you call, scrapbook sheets that I don't, you know, plan on using, or maybe I don't like them so much. And covering those, I was thinking of using that. That was an idea I had. But I went with this because I could make these into cards really well. Oh, this better be sticking down. I think we'll do that at the end. It's peeking up a little bit, so I need to glue that. What was I going to say? What was I saying, y'all? I wish I could hear y'all. This I'm going to put here, or I think I want to use, this. And I'm going to just tear this off so it fits in there. And I don't want to cover the botanical too much. So let me see if I can tear it. Now you can tear this with your hands. It makes it a little easier for me to fit it the way I want it to be. A little more control, I think, is what I'm trying to get to. That looks good. And then I think some more text would go in here. Maybe. Some more glue. This one seems to be making this one a little more simple than I did on the other ones, but you know, I'm on camera and I'm like a little nervous because I don't do these very often. And then every time I do them, I'm like a nervous wreck because I just know I'm going to mess up something. So that looks about good there. That's good. Then some of this up here. Let's see, I'm going to want that corner covered. So it's actually okay if I tear it here. Because I want to use some of the coffee filter. And give that a try. And some of these little gaps, I think it works well for that. Gotta tear this off, it's all gluey. So what projects are y'all working on lately? You'll have to leave me some comments. What y'all are working on, what you'd like to see. If it's something I'm working on. I am working on a little, it's like a junk mail journal. And it's inspired by Izzy B Creations. Now I'm way behind. She's like way ahead and she may even be finished. I've been just doing it slowly in different stages. And I've been thinking about doing that on camera, but I didn't start it on camera, so I don't know. I just might show y'all maybe how I did it. Or you can watch Izzy B's video. She's fantastic as well. You'll love her. She's a sweetheart. Okay, so I think a coffee filter here. Where did I put them? Oh, wait, I'm going to put some text here. Let me lean over. I think I want, yeah, I want some text here. This tear is really easy because, like I said, it's really fine. Paper. Yeah, I lost my thought there for a minute, y'all. See, this just shreds. What are some of y'all's favorite channels? Curious if we all watch the same things or different things. I know I'm just like a hodgepodge of different things between hauls and journals. Of course, journals is kind of what I started on. Then I worked my way, I guess, into hauls. I figured if I'm doing all this shopping for supplies, I might as well share that. So if you see anything that you like, you know, if there's sales or whatnot, you can go out and get them. I know it helps a lot of my friends that live in rural areas or don't have a Michaels or all that. You know, I do miss AC Moore. Oh, I gotta take my sweater off. It's warm in my house. Yeah, AC Moore was a good store. I really liked going there. I liked that a lot. Now, what was I going to do up here? Oh, the filters. Let's see here. I think I have one that's already torn here, but that's way too big. Let's see. Tear a little off. I kind of like it like that. Now, this is tricky when you're gluing because it's really fine. Let's see if I can do this without tearing it up. This glue can be gooey, but I find it just makes it stick better. Let's see here. Tricky, tricky. Okay, I think I got it good. But when it sticks, it is stuck. Let's see here. Oh, a little off topic, but the if you've watched my videos and seen my little ephemera folio, I do have one ready. And if you go to my Etsy shop and just click on custom, that will bring it up. You can order it that way. Let's see. Kind of don't want, I think I want this one kind of a wonky shape. Because that's, you know, kind of wonky itself here. Let's see, did I do that okay? And yeah, I just kind of got to maneuver. I don't want to cut it short. And we'll stick that in the middle. I think it's looking pretty good. think it looks really good. Let me get some better light. It's just gloomy out. I don't know if that helps y'all or not. I don't have all those fancy lights. I just kind of, and I don't edit. So what you see is what you get. Mistakes and all. So I got to go back for surgery again. Not my hand, but those of you that can remember, I went and had surgery on my foot. Went for a checkup yesterday, and the screws in my foot are all loose. Yeah, not happy about that. My bone didn't fuse all the way, so I'm back in my little boots, and I have to have surgery pretty soon. So yeah, that's a thing. So you might not see me for a couple weeks. I'll put a video out and let y'all know, and keep you updated on that. Okay, now I'm feeling this because if there's anything loose that I need to glue, like this corner here, I'm going to take my art glitter glue and just put some glue down, keep that down. If anything lifts, because you don't want it to be lifting if you're going to make tags or whatever you decide to make with your board. Okay, I think we're good there. Now we're going to distress it. And I have these cute little brushes that I had gotten at Michael's. I think they're by Recollections. And so, let's see, I think I'm going to use Distress ink or Distress Oxide. I'm not sure. We'll try the ink. We'll see how. I just ordered a new one. I've had this for years, y'all. And I caved in and ordered a new one. So let me blot it. Yeah, we might have to use the oxide. So anyway, going on, I'm gabbing. I'm just going to go along the seams here and distress it. That's all I'm doing. So instead of the Franken pages that I so have loved doing over the years, we're just going to distress. Yeah, I'm thinking I might need the oxide because this is not working as I'd like it to. But yeah, I forgot where I was at with that. I forgot where I was going. I guess this is going to be okay. These brushes are nice, but they're kind of bendy. If you can't put too much weight on them, I'm like afraid they're going to snap. Oh yeah, so I think I was talking about my foot. So yeah, I'll keep y'all posted. And so that'll be a good 6 weeks without being on my foot. Total bummer. I'm not happy about that. And I had a trip planned. Go see my daughter. That may have to wait. Waiting for my CT scan today. And then, you know, of course, we'll know more. Then my doctor is pregnant and very pregnant. She's about to have her baby any moment. So she wants me in there like tomorrow. She does her surgeries on Fridays, so this week. And just don't know if that's going to happen. You have to do all your pre-op stuff. Or is it post? Post-op? Pre-op? Post-op? Anyway, I gotta have clearance for my doctor, my primary doctor, and all that jazz. So, don't know if it's gonna happen that quick. So I have the boot on to protect my foot, and it's already been helping because I stepped out of bed today, and for the first time in months, I haven't had pain. So that's a good thing. Scary story I'll tell you is I had called her office, and one of her receptionists actually told me, you know, when I told her had discomfort, I wanted to talk to the doctor. This was a month and a half ago. I wanted to talk to the doctor and tell her, you know, I think something's going on, you know, but my foot was swollen, but that's normal, and blah blah blah. So the receptionist or assistant or whoever she was told me that, get this one, that it's normal to be swollen and have discomfort after a surgery, and that most likely it's, get this, my imagination. So, my imagination. I thought, okay. And then I'll see you in May, or she'll see you in May. So I call back again, and the same lady answers and says, Doctor, we'll see you in May. So, of course, you know, my appointment comes up. It's May, and I have all this damage. So, not a happy camper about that. Not a happy camper at all. A little disturbed about it. It's not the doctor's fault. It's, you know, the girl in the office. It's totally her fault. She's not a doctor. It wasn't really up to her to give me a medical advice. That it's my imagination. So yeah, I could have had this surgery done a month ago or longer. Okay, are we missing any seams? We got that. Okay, we have some over here. Yep. Good news. Got more good news, though. Forget this bad news stuff. Franny and Tatsu are getting along very well. So all that craziness, if you've, you know, been watching or have heard about my complaints about worrying about my two cats fighting, they don't fight anymore, and they're back to, you know, they've lived together for 3 years, and then they started this terrible, awful cat fight, and come to find out Franny was in pain. That's why she was, you know, so just, I guess, defensive with Tatsu looking at her funny and stuff. And then Tatsu was all weirded out because, get this, the vet tells me that other cats can sense when other cats or animals have infection. So, yeah, so that's what that was all about. So I had to keep them separated for like a week and a half. And that was so hard to do. It really was. And so they are getting along and being sweet to one another and sleeping in the same bed with me. So I'm so happy about that. That's really good news. Okay, I think I'm done with that, but I want to distress the edges. So I'm going to cut. Let me find my scissors. I have so many pairs of scissors. So of course we want to trim around and get these off the edges. And I don't want to cut my file folder, so I kind of want to be careful. I kind of put the scissors at an angle, so it won't do that, but it happens. It's no big deal if it does. More cutting. And this is such a little bit here, you probably don't have to cut it. You could cut it after you use it for if you're going to make tags or whatever. But I like to get it all done at one time. Like this so much, I don't really need to. Oops, see, I cut into the file folder. It happens. It's really hard to be right-handed and get this at this weird angle. Okay, get these out. Now, okay, oops, we're upside down. Now I'm going to distress around the edges. Oh, we got a little flipping up here. Where's my glue? We don't want that. Okay. Especially with this fine paper that, you know, like these old pages. Excuse my, if you see my Band-Aid, I had blood work done today for, I have to get the CT scan for my foot and have my blood work done, so I'm just full of problems. Oh my God. Health problems. Oh gosh. Oh well. It's all fixable, so can't cry about it. I can be annoyed though at that lady that told me that was probably my imagination, that I thought something was wrong with my foot. I'm not real happy with her. See, now this came out a little too dark, but that's okay. Kind of blend it a little better so it doesn't look so painted on. It's just, I think that particular printable that I printed out, can't talk, was just lighter in color than these others. They're more aged. So let's see here. Around the edges and the bottom, and then we'll be done. And then I will plan out, think about how I want to do the second layer. And I'm going to make tags with this. That's what I'm going to do with mine. Of course, they'll be botanical themed. So I might do birds or butterflies. Not sure yet. Have to play around with it and see what ephemera I have. So yeah, that's the next challenge. This part I think is the easy part. I think the second layer for me is the more challenging because I'm not quite sure. I know what I want it to look like a little bit, but I have to make the ephemera or find some ephemera that, you know, will fit in with the theme. So, all right, I think we got it, y'all. I think that's it. So there is layer number 1, and I will get another video out soon with layer number 2, and then we'll make another little series, a video of maybe making the tags. So I hope you enjoyed that, and Thanks for watching. Be kind to one another and stay safe.